Welcome to Discussions in the Afterlife. I'm Colleen.
I'm Jim.
Today we're going to discuss our shared surroundings.
It is curious how the invisible people around all of us understand the world us humans inhabit. While they don't have physical bodies, they act like they do. For example, they talk about the weather. The first time this popped up was at Forgedale, a place Colleen and I studied for weekly for about a year, where we really got good at talking with dead people and listening to their responses. And it was there, a woman in the kitchen just says out of the blue to somebody, and she sounded really romantic when she says, "Listen to the rain." And that was the first time that we understood them to be able to know the weather.
Because it was raining.
It was raining, sure enough, and this woman liked the sound of the rain. Right. But what we do for years, what we did was when we began a study where we put recorders around the house and we ask questions and wait for answers, we would always mention the weather in the beginning because we thought for years that the weather must have something to do with these voices that we're capturing on the recorders.
Right, like maybe a thunderstorm would generate that electricity in the air and kind of help boost their ability to speak to us or move or be seen.
Right.
That was a theory that was out there amongst lots of people.
But as it turns out, the weather has nothing to do with it. But Colleen and I often talked about the weather during our studies, and you have a bunch of examples from here in this house.
I do, and because every time I set up the recorders and started a study, I would always mention the date, the time, and the weather. So all of these following comments come from a new study each time. So the first time I asked, does cold weather affect unseen residents? And a man says, don't want to think about it.
Doesn't like cold either.
No, me either. And then I say, it's going to rain and ice up tonight. And a man says, I didn't know that. So he wasn't watching his weather app. And then a man near me says, there's a blue blanket here, which was true because I had a blue blanket over my legs.
So he's actually looking. He's actually notices the color. They're right there. They're watching. They can see.
It's amazing how much they know.
Yep.
And then I mentioned that it's going to rain that particular Sunday, and a man upstairs says, it's not good. And a woman near the fridge says, sunny house, Colleen, which my house is. It has lots of windows. When it's sunny, it's sunny. And then I say, weather is sunny, not windy. And a man near the closet says, Captain likes windy.
He is the captain of a sailboat.
Must be. And then I say, it's snowing really hard outside. And a man near the powder room says, some of us know that.
And that's really curious when he says some of us know that. So not everyone in the afterlife is privy to the current weather that we're experiencing.
Right, kind of like a level thing.
Yes, there's lower level people and higher level people. Yeah. So perhaps the lower or lowest level people are just...
Yeah, they're focused on something else, and
right.
Weather is not part of what they're working on.
Correct.
So then I said, while I was mentioning the weather, I note that it's partly cloudy. And a man near the pantry says, it's a nice day. And in another study, a man at the glass door just says out of the blue, it's a nice day.
Yeah.
So then this last comment was really interesting. So I started the recorders and I started talking about the weather, and I said, it's cold, sunny. I took this long pause, and some man interjected, windy, before I got to say
he's trying
calm.
to finish your sentence.
Exactly. And I said calm right after he yelled out windy. So, it's like somebody sitting next to you trying to finish your thought for you, like helping you. But as all that was happening, a woman near the stove tells me, no, it's not. So apparently
It's not calm.
It's not calm. And a man says, very, very windy out there. And a man at the step says, it's really windy. And near the glass door, a woman's a little confused and said, nice and still?
They were happy to correct you.
They're always happy to correct me. We should do a whole video on correcting Colleen.
But they're so nice when they correct you. Because with me, they're a little more gruff. Might be the right word for it. Vulgarity, yeah.
Yes.
Down in Panama, I stayed at one point. Weather hasn't been nice enough for hiking. Do a lot of hiking down there. And a woman nearby, come on, get walking. She berates me. And a man over by the steps says, and this is very curious, hiking is not the real thing, at least. What is this guy talking about?
What is the real thing?
I don't know. Another time I say, I'm sure you enjoy those mountain hikes. And a guy downstairs, boring as hell.
Not a hiker.
Not a hiker. No, and you know, we've talked about downstairs people before. Basement people, not the place to be. During another study, I say there's a slight breeze, because this affects the audio files when the wind hits that house down there. And a man notes from the kitchen, it is pretty and sunny out there, and often it is.
It is, even when the wind's blowing and whistling as it rips around the outside of your house. It's still very pretty and sunny out there.
Yes, it is. And one time I asked, can people in the afterlife affect the weather? For a lot of years, this was important to me because I owned outdoor restaurants. So, of course, weather is crucial to paying the electric bill. And I was fishing. I was hoping maybe they could help me a little bit, some of my dead relatives. And a man replies from the living room of that house, there was a way back in the day.
It's a poet.
He's a poet.
Maybe he knows it.
And maybe it was a thing. Perhaps it was a thing back in the day that they could correct the weather, but perhaps when the population was a lot less. Because imagine now with all the millions and millions of people, billions of people, and everybody wants a different weather scheme. It's impossible.
That's true. It would be insane.
But yeah, there you have it. It's really, how do these people even communicate with us? They don't have a voice box, but they can talk to us. They don't have eyes, but they can see the sunny day. They can hear the rain. How does it work, Colleen?
Hey, if I knew, I'd be a rich woman.
Well, there you have it, my friends. Subscribe, share, like, thumbs up. We need the help, and we need all the subscribers we can get. Until next time, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot.